welcome back. In this session, we are going to discuss purchase order approval release strategy. See, this is the process flow: creating purchase requisition, RFQ, purchase order. After the purchase order, if you want, you can use the approvals here. Even you can use approval for purchase requisition, RFQ. But generally, in many companies, we are going to use approvals at purchase order level. In this course, we are going to discuss approvals at purchase order level. The concept remains same for purchase requisition, RFQ. Whatever the concepts we are discussing here, it is going to be the same. If you are placing any approval for purchase order, that means we cannot transmit this to the vendor unless and until this purchase order is approved by the authorized person, then only we can proceed further for procurement. That is, this is one way of putting the check on misuse of powers. If you place purchase order approvals, then creating the purchase order itself doesn't create any liability on the company. We need to approve it before sending it to the concerned vendors. I hope you understand the use of the purchase order. If you are placing any purchase order approval, we can't send this purchase order to the vendor unless and until it is approved for further processing. Only when it is approved, then you can proceed for further process. Simple process. This whatever the PO release strategy discussing here, this is applicable for quotation as well. This is applicable for purchase requisition and these documents: purchase document, RFQ, outline agreement, purchase order. So coming to this approval strategy, approval is given at two levels. Coming to purchase requisition, header level approval is given and item level approval is given. So based on your requirement, you can go and define a release strategy for purchase requisition. Let us see what is a header level release strategy. See, here I have one requisition, PR. Under this PR, I am ordering 3 different articles. See, this is one line item number 10, line item number 20, line item number 30. This is here, this is header. Header means if you are creating any release strategy at header level, once you approve at header level, this is automatically applicable for all item levels. There is no further approval required at item level. The value of this one is, let us take value of this one is 200 USD, this is 500 USD, this is 200 USD. So what is the value here? Total value 900. So we are giving approval for complete 900 at header level. So if you are creating any release strategy at header level for purchase requisition, then approval at item level is not required. That is mentioned here. So header level approval, this is called in SAP terminology with classification. Coming to item level approval strategy, if you are creating any item level approval strategy for purchase requisition, then you need to approve each line. See this line, then item number 20, then item number 30. Hope you understand. Item level means that is the concept of item level approval. This item level approval strategy is not available for purchase order. For purchase order, RFQ, outline agreement, we have only header level approval. We don't have this item level approval. Okay, further here we have restrictions for using characteristics. Only these characteristics are available at item level for purchase requisition. What is the characteristic? That we will understand. See, this is my requirement. In this course, we are going to create a release strategy for this criteria. What is the criteria? If value of purchase order is less than, we need the approval of a supply chain manager. If value between 101 to 500, then we need the approval of supply chain manager as well as business unit head. If value exceeding 501, then we need the approval of supply chain manager, business unit head, then finance manager. So this is the order of approvals. Based on the order value, we need the approval here. If it is less than 100, only one person approval is enough. If it is between 101 to 500, then two persons approval is required. If it is above 501, then we need a three persons approval. Hope you understand. Then what is the criteria? How system should understand what is the criteria? The criteria is given here. These are called order value, document type, purchasing organization, company code, plant. All these are called characteristics. Based on this criteria, whenever this criteria is satisfied, then we need the approval. What is that criteria? We understand order value. Under this order value, three possible scenarios possible. Value may be less than 100, value between 101 to 500, value above 501. Coming to document type, whenever we are creating document type NB, what is document type NB? You can go and check from ME 21N. See, at the time of creating purchase order, here you will find this order type. This order type is NB. Whenever we are creating NB order type, and purchasing organization 8800, here we mentioned purchasing organization 8800, company code 8800, plant distribution center. This is 8801. So first criteria NB, second criteria purchasing organization, third criteria company code, fourth criteria 8801. If this criteria is satisfied, system will check the value here. System will check the value. Based on the value, system will trick the release strategy. If value is less than 100, 1%, between 2%, above 501, 3%. That is the concept here. So these are called this order value, document type or order type, purchasing organization, company code, plant. These are called characteristics. Then what is the characteristics value? The value for this order value, the possible characteristics value is this one. Second between third greater than 501. For document type, NB. For purchasing organization, characteristics value is 8800. For company code, characteristics value 8800. Plant 8801. When these conditions are satisfied, then system automatically trick this release process before sending the PO to vendor. Only approved POs will be forwarded to vendor for further processing. Hope you understand. Coming to PO, these are only 5 characteristics. This is based on my requirement. You can take any value here. If you want to take purchasing group, you can take purchasing group. All the fields, whatever. See, here we have a structure. Here this structure is for purchase requisition. I will talk about this CKKO. Go to SE11. This is ABAP data dictionary. Enter your structure here. Click on display. See, here we have 31 fields here. So out of these 31 fields, you can take any field as a characteristic. Out of 31 fields, you can take any field as a characteristics. Here, out of 31, how many we are using? We are using only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you want to increase this criteria, you can go and increase. Communication, release strategy, determination, purchasing, document. Hope you understand. Plant, material group, currency, purchase order date, purchasing organization. So whatever the field available, you can take that as a criteria for designing a release strategy. Here we have a simple criteria. Summary of this discussion: purchase requisition, we have header level as well as item level approvals, and we can have maximum 4 as a characteristic. See, if you are designing any release strategy for purchase requisition at header level, this is the structure given. So whatever the fields available under this structure, you can take that as a criteria. Go back, display. So here we have 81. This is for requisition. Now coming to purchase order RFQ outline agreement, only header level approval is given, that is called with classification. Any field can be taken as a criteria. This field should be mentioned in CEKKO. Now in the next session we will start the configuration.